Hi, I'm Nia Tetris, and this is Quicktaps For You. Okay, so what even is a quick tap? Well, quick taps are an advanced movement technique that I and most people would say are within the DAS playstyle. They can help give you a little bit of extra side-to-side movement, which, as we all know, is really useful in NES Tetris. Quick taps themselves have a reputation of being very difficult, but the reward for hitting one is quite great. If you can get a quick tap, it can save games that otherwise would have been almost certainly insurvivable. Most NES Tetris players would agree that being able to do a quick tap significantly elevates your 19 play over being a non-quick tap DAS player. And it's not just because you can survive situations that you otherwise wouldn't, but it can also help you with scoring. You can go for risky setup quick taps that can really help you maintain a good, clean, aggressive board, and in those instances, it's kind of a risk and reward technique. Okay, so how the heck does that work? So if you haven't heard the explanation for how DAS works, basically, when you tap the D-pad, you get an instant movement. But to avoid annoying the player with an accidental second movement, there's a notable delay before the second move happens. If there wasn't a way to get around this, NES Tetris would be unplayable with DAS at high speeds. So the devs made a system where good timing can bypass the delay. Players call this having DAS charged. When DAS is charged, a piece will move the frame you start holding the button down and in the direction the player is holding down every 6 frames after that. Now, quick taps work by taking advantage of this system. If you stop holding the D-pad and then resume pressing it within that 6-frame window, you can make the last column of movement come out a little faster. If you can't do a quick tap, a 6 high left is a hard limit. But if you can do a quick tap, you can hit an 8 high left on 19. That's amazing. Now, it must be said that 8 high quick taps are a lot harder than 7 high quick taps. I can hit a 7 high quick tap a lot of the time. I'm pretty confident in them, and I'll go for them. An 8 high quick tap is actually pretty hard, and if I was going to be confident about hitting them in game, I would actually want to practice them a lot more. They are like a lot tighter of a timing window, but the hard limit isn't 7, it's 9, and that's just so much better. Without being able to quick tap, you're really feeling the restrictions of DAS like less than halfway up the board. Now, you're probably wondering, what gives me the right to talk about all this? What makes me such a quick tap expert? And the truth is, I wasn't always. They actually really scared me at first. I kind of thought that they were a trick that was too advanced for me, that it was something a different, kind of player did, and that I just wasn't really good enough to hit a quick tap. I had heard stories like that competitive player Harry Hong had never even learned how to do a quick tap, and so I figured that, it would just be kind of too hard or technical for me, that the timing would be too tight, that it's some kind of biological only trick like hyper tapping that I couldn't do, something like that. And the fact that quick tap versus non-quick tap DAS play has this gulf of kind of skill and ability just kind of reinforced that kind of perception to me. I really thought that I just could not do a quick tap. But that was until a practice mode helped me learn. Now, what most people would probably expect me to say is the Tetris Gym mode called Quick Tap, where you can just pull up a bar basically, and you can try to quick tap over that bar. So pulling up quick tap 7, you get a 7 high left, and you can just start that up on 19 and just keep trying to get a bar over. But when I tried this, I would go through hundreds of bars and maybe only hit once I hit the first one, that was really exciting, but it didn't help me feel consistent at doing it. I couldn't really implement it in games, and, I would walk away with my thumb hurting after wasting 500 bars on 3 quick taps. And so I kind of was really frustrated with this. But eventually I found a kind of different training mode that worked a lot better for me. Okay, well, what do I use to practice? The thing that I found helped me most is tap quantity 719, as well as a mode called tap quantity N19. Tap quantity is a Tetris Gym practice mode. You need to have Tetris Gym to use it. If you don't have Tetris Gym, it's on GitHub, and I've linked the GitHub in the description. I highly recommend checking it out. If you have an emulator or flash card, you could use Tetris Gym, and so should probably download it. It's really useful and has a lot of good practice tools, including this. So tap quantity, 7 refers to the height, and 19 refers to the speed. The objective of tap quantity is to get an endless stream of long bars into an endless stream of wells that move around the board. So specifically with tap quantity 719, because you're on 19 speed and the board is 7 high, 9/10 of your move will be completely normal DAS, and you can do them with just regular DAS charge. However, the left well specifically will require hitting a 7 high quick tap in order to sort of bypass that. If you can't get the quick tap, the bar will hang no matter what. Even if you're holding down left as hard as you can't get it into the left well, you have to perform the quick tap. Now, the nice thing about this practice mode is when you miss a quick tap, you'll be forced to slow down. You'll have to hit the left well in order for the mode to proceed, which is good because it means that when you mess up, you're forced to kind of practice again in a more focused way, in the kind of deliberate way, and then you can kind of get back into the flow of things with some normal DAS movements until the mode again checks, can you hit a quick tap? Now, the nice thing is that after you've, practiced the quick tap a couple times, you might be able to just all of a sudden blend it in with normal DAS moves, hit the quick tap, and then keep playing and just like getting the bars into the wells. And that's great because the way this mode works is every time you get a Tetris without messing up at all, your score will increment. Now, if you make any misdrops, it'll go back to 0, but as long as you're getting consecutive Tetrises, it'll keep going up. So aim for a max out. You might not get there. I didn't when I was trying this. I got pretty close several times. But in trying to get there, I ended up getting way more confident with quick taps, and you can too. Seriously, just practice this mode for a while. It is really helpful, and over time, you'll see yourself becoming smoother and smoother with it. Now, after you get really comfortable on tap quantity 719, if you want it to be a little harder, you should definitely try tap quantity N19. The only difference is that while they're both 7 high, on setting N, the Tetris flash doesn't occur, and so there's no line clear delay, which even more closely resembles what a real game will feel like, and this can be a very accurate simulation of what doing a quick tap in a real game would kind of feel like. So once you're kind of comfortable with the mechanical, like doing a quick tap and hitting it, then try to move on to N19 so that you can start applying quick taps in real games. Eventually, as long as you have good enough height awareness that you know the difference between a 6 high stack and a 7 high stack, which is hard and can take a while, you can start trying to apply quick taps by going for them in game, trying to quick tap bars over your 7 lefts on 19 to try to save your digs, keep your games going, and hopefully this helps you get to level 29. Hopefully this helps you get higher scores on 19. Being able to play 19 is one of the best things you can do for your competitive game. So yeah, quick taps are just really helpful. And if you like this video, I highly recommend joining my Discord. The link is in the description. And I guess you can subscribe if you want to see videos roughly every Wednesday, if I can keep that up. And yeah, that's it.